Oh, I did that wrong then. Oh, I had the desk on the screen rather than me. How silly of me. Hope you are still with me and that you can hear me. Linda is on. Hi, Linda. I've got Paula on. I've got 6 people on apparently. I hope you're still keeping up. We're now on card 3. Some of you may have made 8 cards now. Some of you may have only made 2, and that's fine. Some of you made 4 or anything up to 8. I've had my breakfast. We haven't been for a walk. It started spitting a little bit, so we just had a little bit of garden time. So anyway, by the time I'd sorted things out, it was 11, and I didn't want to be too late for this one, because this is probably the trickiest card. Welcome back, everybody. There is a little bit more chat over on YouTube, the Paper Haven on YouTube, if you do want to pop over there. And I mentioned something on my first video. You've just had your coffee and Kit Kat. Oh, bless you, Avril. I mentioned something on my first video. This streaming software that I use to be able to flip my camera over, it is quite expensive, and I do a lot of free videos. I don't have really any private videos. All my class videos I share openly. So if you're in a generous mood and you want to buy me a coffee, that's the website. It's called Buy Me a Coffee, which is like leaving a tip. It starts at £1. You can pick multiples of £1 just to help me keep things going. Then I would really appreciate that. And the link is here. Hang on. Oops, it's not. Oh, I've done it wrong. It's Buy Me a Coffee / the Paper Haven 1, I do believe. I know it's a little bit cheeky probably, but you know, I do quite a bit for folks, and it'd be nice to keep streaming. So here is the link if you would like to buy me a coffee. Thank you. There, advert over. Right, we're going to move on to card number 3, and this is probably the trickiest card. Okay, so you need to have your wits about you. Now, if you've got some rectangle dies, then use those, because it will be a heck of a lot easier. So let's flip over. Okay, so we are going to do this card, and we are going to use the piece of paper with the gorgeous Bambi on it. And this is the card that we are going to make. And this was one I used on my advert. Oh, thank you, Hazel. That's really kind. Oh, I hope you're... Oh, Barbara, your comments making me laugh. So I'm sorry you've had your cataracts done, and it's a bit blurred for you. And you're bored, so you're watching me. Thank you. Well, I'm happy to keep you occupied during your boredom. So we are going to do this card now. If you've got rectangle dies, I don't know where mine went to when I moved. I'm not sure where they are. So it would be a lot easier to use 2 rectangles that nest inside each other. But I'm going to show you another way of doing it. So yeah, I think so, Wendy. And the Buy Me a Coffee thing starts at £1. So let's start by telling you what you need. You actually need all 3 sheets of the early espresso for this card. I'm only going to use 1 because I'm going to, well, actually, I'm just going to cut into 1 sheet. You're going to use 2 for your card bases, and then this other piece is to nest behind the paper. You will have a little bit of that left over, but I'm only going to cut into 1 piece of card because I'm not going to waste card for the sake of it. So we're going to pop it in the trimmer. We're going to move the cutting blade out of the way for the moment, and we are going to score with it put in landscape or horizontal. We are going to score at 14.8. We are going to flip, and then we are going to cut at 10.5, like we did on card number 1. But actually, this one is going to be a... Oh, I need to change my blade. It's going to be a 10th fold card like that. Okay, I do have a new blade, but I won't do that live. So that's going to be our card. Now, what we're going to do also is we are going to cut our paper down. All right, we're going to cut it down to 10 centimetres, which means, I think it is 15.2 this. Yeah, it actually means you need to take 2.6 off each side. So you might want to try doing that. So 2.6 and 2.6 is 5.2. You can actually just flip that and then cut it at 10 now. But it's the equivalent of taking 2.6 centimetres off each side. And we're doing that just so the deer is in the middle of the card. Now, did I cut from the bottom? Oh, just to be, actually, I have cut off from the bottom. And then we're going to take this down to 14.3. So we're taking 0.9 off the height. Now, if you want an easy life, or if you want to do one fancy, or see you, Barb, catch up soon. If you want to do one fancy card, well, it's not that fancy with the way I've done it, you can. Or if you want to just do easy cards and do it like this, then just go for it like this and just make an easy one. But this is where it gets tricky. Now, what you could do now is you could take a rectangle and you could die cut a rectangle out, okay, and then cut a little layer or another rectangle to layer behind it and then stick it on top of the card, okay. But what it's like, you're gutting the middle of the card. Now, what I want to do is, and I'm just going to measure this, if you want to work in inches you can, it doesn't really matter as long as you keep it the same on each side. This is 10, okay, so I am going to take 1.5 centimetres. In effect, I want to come in 1.5 centimetres, so I've got 7 centimetres in the middle, okay, and the same on the all around. So what you could do is you could do a pencil and draw around and then cut it out with your trimmer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in here in my trimmer on 1.5 centimetres at this side. And then using my blade, and I have got the centimetre metric guide in here, I'm going to pop my guide down. Actually, I'm just going to wait till I've got it on 1.5. Okay. You've just got to be careful because this is 14.3. So you need to cut up 1.5 from the bottom. Okay. So that would be 12.3. So what you're going to do is the centre of this cutting guide, if you've got one of our trimmers, there is a little line. You want to line that up with 1.5. And then we're going to go down carefully to 12.8. So just line up the line at 12.8. Okay. So we're just going to go down to 12.8. Okay. And then we've got that. Then we're going to flip it, line it up at 1.5, take this back up to 1.5. Okay, now this is a bit easier because it's down to 10, so we're going to go down to 8.5. Okay, and then we're going to turn it round, put it on 1.5. As I say, if you've got dies, it's a lot easier. We're going to line this up at 1.5, and we're going to go to 12.8 again. And then flip this, and then we're just going to hopefully make those meet. We're going down to 8.5. That should, oh look, there, we've done it. We've now got that. All right. We've got our frame and our insert. So what we're going to do now with the other spare piece of card, I'm actually going to use this espresso that I cut down. This now measures 11.3, I believe, 11.3 by 7. So we're going to cut this to 11.8. 11.8. You need 4 of these, remember, and you need to do that 4 times. So if you do want to do some bit easy way, then that's fine. I'm going to put this measurement by 7.5. And what we will have is a little border. Actually, I've cut it a bit wider on mine, so you might want to do a bit extra. Oh, this looks alright. If you want a wider border, you can do. Just go up a couple of millimetres. That's fine, but I'm not going to. I've cut mine now. We could go 7.7 by 12 actually. Should we try that? Should we see what that looks like? Because I've got this card left. So 12 by 7.7. Just so there's more of an overhang. Yeah, that's a bit better. So go 12 by 7.7. I'm gonna write that in the chat. So that 12 by 7.7 is for the espresso. Yeah, I know. So if you're struggling, as I say, this is the hardest one. So I did 2 to get you warmed up. Then they go easy after this. Okay. So let's bring everything back. Just be careful. I've got a doggy asleep under my desk. Right. Oh, what I didn't say is we also need an insert for the card. So you need to take another piece of basic white, and you need to, I think this is my old, a new, you need another piece of basic white, yeah, and you need to cut it at 10 by 14.3 4 times. So I've just done that one. Okay, so let's pop this all together. Now, you should have had a length of linen thread as well in your kit, which I didn't mention at the beginning. Don't have to do the linen thread if you don't want to. You know me, it's my favourite embellishment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the smaller piece of paper to the layer that we created, and then we're going to stamp a greeting on it. Okay. So I've done "'Tis the Season" on my original design because it fit in between those trees. I'm wondering if I might do the "Merry Christmas" and it might go across the trees and you still see it nicely. I think I might quite like to do that. So let's see if it will fit. Okay. And if you didn't take part in this class and you still would like the products, then the papers are still available on my online store. You can still see that, I think. Okay, and we need to stamp the inside. I think I'll do that one. To you and yours this Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and yours this Christmas. I don't know if that... Oh, well, we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay. So that's for the inside. We've done the front. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue the frame down here. Just make sure you've got the trees the right way up and everything so the jigsaw matches. Oh, he is back. Hi, Kayla. Nice to have you on. he is back. He came back a couple of months early than planned for a few reasons, really. I couldn't say anything. This is why I couldn't do coffee and card on Tuesday morning, because I was going to the airport to Manchester. It was a bit of a secret mission. I didn't even tell my sister. So it was obviously, it's winter in Australia now, and if he didn't come back till the end of September, he would be coming back to like another winter. So he'd be going from a winter into a winter, and even though they're completely different as winters goes, but he also really missed playing cricket with his friends, and there's about 6 weeks of the cricket season left. Plus, it was one of his best friend's 30th birthday on Wednesday, and it's my dad's 80th birthday next week. So he actually surprised his best friends. One of his best friends, he surprised him on Wednesday. He'd been in cahoots with his girlfriend and arranged to meet them in the pub, and his friend had no idea. So that was brilliant. And then we surprised my parents on Thursday. So my dad was quite overcome. He got the hanky out. So yeah. Oh, you've caught up. So yeah, he wanted to come back and play cricket for a few weeks as well. So yeah, he's back. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've not cut myself any linen thread. If you want to do this, you can do. I'm going to show you an easy way of doing it. So you wrap it round. Okay, and I'm wrapping it round twice. And then I'm going to just pop the loose end there. Okay, and I'm going to do my stamping seal there. Okay, and I'm going to pull my linen thread over so it sticks on there, so it holds it. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this from the other side and cut it so it meets. Well, it doesn't have to meet, it can overlap. Like that, and then that holds it. Yeah, that holds it in place. Okay, and then we're going to pop this on top, but we're going to pop it on top with some foam pads. Okay, and pop that on top with some dimensionals. I call them foam pads first because for any non-Stampin' Up people, goodness me, I hope you are all Stampin' Uppers. They might not know what dimensionals are, but they are our trademark foam pads. They are the best. Okay, so I'm going to pop some pads on here. Well, I've got plenty of pads, Linda, so I'm hoping it doesn't sag. And obviously, if the ladies want to do that, that's fine, but I'm keeping my cost to a minimum, sending extra pieces. And it's only a piece of paper, so it's quite thin. So that's going to go over there. Okay. And then I am going to feed then my linen thread. It's just so you don't have to do the bow in the same go as you know, you don't have to pull it tight then as you tie the bow. So we're just going to feed that through there and tie a little bow around here. Now, if anyone gets 4 of these done in 45 minutes, I will be super impressed. Please do not rush. Please feel free to do one like this and the rest in your own time, or the rest just stuck on the card without doing the centerpiece. But there we have this card, and that would look lovely with some sparkle on it, some glitter. Oh, I've not done the insert. It's quite cold, is it, Kayla? Yeah, well, he was in Sydney, and it ended up working in a call centre full time, so he was sort of doing what he could have been doing at home. But he was leaving early-ish in the morning and getting home, and it wasn't like he had like his usual activities that he would have had at home to do, like his cricket. So I think he just decided to come back. So that's there, and there we have Merry Christmas. And we have our lovely deer in the centre of our card. So it is 10 to 12. I do have a pre-record for the next card, which means I won't be on live. It will be on my YouTube channel, and that will be live card 4 at 12:15. Now what I'm going to do is card 5 I'm going to do as a pre-record so that I can be live on the last card. I wanted to be live for the last one. So for those of you who are crafting along, for those of you who want to join in, the next video will be live on my YouTube channel in 25 minutes at 12:15, and we will be doing card 4, which is this one. Okay, and then at 1 o'clock there'll be another pre-record, 1 o'clock. So I won't be telling you that on the other video because I hadn't decided, so I'm telling you here now, but I can say on the live chat. So there'll be another pre-record at 1 p.m. and then the last live will be at 1:45. I'll be back on just before 2 at 1:45. So thank you to those of you who have shared your makes so far. I've loved seeing photos, and keep on crafting, and I will see you, well, I'll be on the live chat for the next video at 12:15. I'll see you then.